Hello, I'm Jo McKinnon, a presenter with Sky Racing Australia. I grew up with horses and competed with them across the country, and it was always my dream to one day forge a career for myself in the Australian thoroughbred racing industry. Well, now I'm lucky enough to be living that dream. I get to rub shoulders with some of the biggest names in the business, the likes of Bart Cummings and Gai Waterhouse, and attend some of the biggest race meetings in the world, stand right in the middle of the winner's circle, up close to some of the best horseflesh in the world. Whether you're a school leaver, a university graduate, or someone looking for a different direction in life, you too can live the dream of working in the thoroughbred industry. Australia is one of the largest breeders of thoroughbred horses in the world, second only to Kentucky in America. On average, Australia breeds approximately 17,000 foals each year, and the Hunter Valley in New South Wales produces more than half of these foals. Almost 10,000 of the 26,000 mares covered in Australia each year reside in the Hunter Valley, and thousands of people are employed to look after them.
Yeah, I work here at Yarraman Park and I manage the stallions for them, and I've been here for 3.5 years now and I love it.
I've probably been doing the broodmare role for about 4 years now. I started out just working in the hospital, being like a nurse with the newborns, and just taking on extra responsibilities with the mares.
Once you get into the horse industry, the thoroughbred industry, you see there's the farriers, the veterinarian, the bloodstock side, the transport side. There's so many avenues and so much work goes into getting the product out the horse at the end of the day. So when we finished up at Widden, myself and another friend who worked at Widden, my now business partner, saw an opportunity to start up a business which was a horse education consultancy, primarily coming in and educating the young horse while it's still in its mother, that first initial handling. And we've been doing this now for the last 4 years, and we're pretty pleased to say we're nationwide, and a lot of the farms now take on these systems.
I used to be an insurance broker just after I left school. Decided I didn't like that so much, and since horses were a passion since I was younger, I decided, well, why not make that into a career as well?
Horses was always a passion. I never thought it would be a career, but at the end of the day I realized that if I make my passion my career, I would never feel like a day at work, you know.
The reason so many mares frequent the Hunter Valley each breeding season is because of the world-class stallions that either live here permanently or shuttle in from the Northern Hemisphere. Because the breeding seasons occur in the spring and summer months, many stallions spend over half the year in each hemisphere. Australia, being one of the few major thoroughbred breeding countries in the Southern Hemisphere, leaves the way open for the very best stallions in the Northern Hemisphere to travel here when they have finished their duties in the alternate part of the year. Australia, and more specifically the Hunter region, has the opportunity to breed the best of its own stock, as well as the cream of the crop from overseas. Nowhere else in the world do mare owners have this opportunity. Many of the 70-odd stallions that travel to our shores are worth tens of billions of dollars, and the top 10 are worth up to $100 million each or more. The reason for their value being so high is that they can cover more than 200 mares each, and at a service fee of $100,000 plus. That's in excess of $20 million per season. If the stallion shuttles overseas, then you can easily double this figure per year. Factor in a long and prosperous career of up to 20 years, and a top-shelf stallion can easily bring in $500 million, and in strong economic years, much more, up to double this amount. The marketability of stallions is due ultimately to the value of prize money that can be won by the stallion's offspring on the racetrack. If the stallion can regularly produce animals that can win $1 million or more on the racetrack, then his progeny are going to make a lot of money in the sales ring. Or alternatively, people will be prepared to pay a high service fee to breed their own horse to keep and race. It is because of this high-end value of the livestock that most farms nowadays have the very best of facilities, with the highest quality of care provided. Nothing is left to chance, and in the Hunter Valley, we are supported by industries such as specialist agronomists, nutritionists, farriers, and the largest veterinary practice in the Southern Hemisphere. Technology plays an important part in the equine industry now, and getting mares in foal is as much about equine medicine as an act of nature. Even in the rearing, preparing for sale and training arenas, x-rays, arthroscopes, laparoscopes, ultrasounds and various diagnostic tools are in constant use by veterinary practitioners. Of course, all of these facilities and technological advantages mean little without the care and supervision of skilled and responsible horse staff. For those interested in working with horses, you may commence your career in the industry in a specific section of a large stud. This could include preparing yearlings for sale, caring for mares and helping to deliver foals, looking after stallions and travelling with these stallions to countries such as England, Ireland, the US or Japan.
As many of the big farms do, they have their sister farms or other farms overseas. I was able to spend 3 months in Japan up at Shadow Stallion Station, which was quite an amazing thing, and another 6 months over in America at Three Chimneys and Lane's End, and on that return trip got to fly back with the stallions. Prior to that, I was also fortunate enough to win the Blood Horse Breeders' Scholarship that the Hunter Valley put up here, and that was 6 months in Ireland, Kildare, which an intensive studying and hands-on program, which was very enjoyable.
5 different countries. I did a stint in Japan too. You could go to New Zealand or Japan, so I picked up Japan, and it's a fabulous way to learn. You meet the best people, you work with the best horses.
If you're employed by a smaller boutique farm, you'll gain valuable overall experience in the day-to-day operations of farm life. Not only will you be asked to learn most facets of working with horses, as previously mentioned, but you may also be required to tend to gardens, perform general farm maintenance, as well as the administration side of the business.
I think I drove into the driveway of one farm and said, yep, this will do me. And I started off as a stud groom. I'm the broodmare manager there now, and I've taken on a few extra responsibilities in the office, doing a bit of admin work.
For others, particularly those with a strong interest in racing, a career in sales, marketing or within the stud office is also a possibility. Or perhaps you'll end up with a career in racing administration, training or the media. The global thoroughbred breeding industry offers its employees endless opportunities, not only in Australia, but also throughout the world. It's up to you to decide which direction you want to head in. The industry offers an extensive career path for those wanting to excel through ongoing training, scholarship opportunities, traineeships, reward and recognition.
I did a Certificate 3 in horse breeding with Tokau Agricultural College. Did my work experience out at Cornwall, and at the end of my work experience they offered me a position.
In 2008 I won the scholarship to go to Kentucky that the Scone Vets puts up every year. I worked at the Haggards Medical Institute there. I was a neonatal ICU nurse, which was fantastic. It gave me a lot of experience with nursing.
For further information on roles within the industry, please contact your careers advisor or phone the Hunter Thoroughbred Breeders Association. Whether you're already skilled or a school leaver just starting out in your career, the Hunter Thoroughbred Breeders Association can outline the endless opportunities available to you.